absolutely. I mean, Bahasa has so many different dialects and the difference between formal speech and informal speech. So every language has its own unique tricks to it. But it was very important to us that we get Bahasa right. So we put a lot of time into it. So the big changes is that you'll find that your chat is much more fun. When you have all of these expressive features at your disposal and that they're showing up at just the right time, it's so tempting. You want to send that perfect GIF or the perfect sticker at the right time. But you'll also find that it's much more engaging to get things done. If you're making a plan and you want to, say, find a place to eat or catch up on news, it's just much more engaging to do it with your friends at the same time and you can interact with it together. So you'll probably find that you're spending more time on messaging than you did before, right? Right. So there's a lot of things. Essentially anything that you could ask Google in a Google search, you can ask the Google Assistant. Some of it is more built out, like things like news and restaurants and flights. And otherwise, if it doesn't really know the answer, it will just provide a search result that you would get normally. In general, the Allo is really good at helping you get things done, like the standard things that you would do in a chat. And it's also really good for just making chat much more expressive and exciting and intimate. So the Google Assistant is going to continue to grow. There's a lot of work going on with the Google Assistant across a number of different surfaces on phones and Google Home and Allo. Allo is more about using that Google Assistant in a group chat where you can interact with it together with all of your friends. And so that's really the direction that we're looking for Allo to go. We work with a lot of local content creators because we want it to be for Indonesians. So we work with people in Indonesia to build the jokes, make the stickers, write a lot of the responses, because the way that the Google Assistant might respond to, it's sunny outside in English is very different to how it would say it in Bahasa, and it's not just a literal translation. So there's a couple things. One, we shouldn't forget that, you look at where Google started. I mean, Gmail wasn't the first mail application, right? Chrome wasn't the first browser. Google Search wasn't the first search. And so just because you're not first doesn't mean that you can't succeed. You want to focus on your strengths. And with Google, our strengths is very much in machine learning, in the knowledge graph, and we look at how can we apply those strengths to building something that people in Indonesia will really love and really appreciate. So my advice for startups is take a look at yourself and say, what are we good at? Right? And then what do people need? And how do we marry the two?